Hey everyone, welcome to another video. I thought about doing like a face to camera, life update, check-in, whatever, but then I decided no, let's take this opportunity to sit down and paint, which is something that I haven't really been able to kind of get myself to do. So first of all, everything is kind of okay. Nothing major going on. I'm sorry I haven't been here. I'll try and explain myself in this video. It's just like I somehow just can't get to or can't like make myself do anything. I even recorded a video with like the June color story, but I felt it was such a since I haven't actually painted, I didn't even want to post it because I felt like a fraud. What am I talking about color stories when I haven't touched my watercolors? But I decided, okay, I'm gonna go full rainbow, blah, use all the colors, forget limited color palettes, let's get into it. And I just like haven't really been painting, but yeah, let's just like do something and talk about life. So the first thing I want to do, like what to do when you're struggling, is I want to find, like cheat, not cheat, but just like find inspiration and use things that I have done in the past that I enjoyed and doing them again. What I do know I want to do is kind of go big. So I think I'm going to take my Big Mama. This is the large soft white synthetic brush from Tracy Lebenzon. It's a handmade brush. My go-to in the last months has been this one, and this is the Wangai Orange Synthetic, and it is smaller. It also costs half. So this one is $120. This one is $55, so even less than half. And this one is like a great workhorse. I love it. But this one I think will work better with just like with a bigger size. And yeah, so I wanted to kind of look at, I know this one I made in a video that I don't even know if I posted really. I think I posted it. And I kind of liked this bit here. So I thought about just like doing a big version of that and seeing how I like it. So that's what I'm going to do. And I think I'll just talk about like other random stuff and less about the process this time. Unless, I always feel like I have my teacher's hat on. And so I may also talk about that, but I'll try not to. I'll try also to list the products I'm using below. If you are interested in something that I'm using and I didn't mention what it is, then just leave me a comment with a timestamp and, I'll do my best to answer. I even struggled to like answer comments in the last days, which is something I never, I usually respond to comments within, hours, because I really love reading your comments and chatting with you. It's most of my social interaction these days. Okay, so let's just put some paint on paper, and I'm just going to follow kind of my blueprint here because I really like these colors and they're making me happy. So that's what I'm going to go with. Okay, the like short version is that I've just like been just struggling to focus, struggling to sit down and paint. And then the other kind of aspect of it was that because I just felt like I was being completely unproductive, just like not actually managing to do anything, I thought it would be actually a good time to take on some collaborations, which of course turned out to be just like a different kind of challenge. But that's what I've been mostly working on. So the first thing will be up probably before this video, and it's actually my first sponsored video with Evolve. So if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. Basically, I accepted this. I get a lot of like, I'm a small channel. So, you know, it's not like, you know, like Daniel Smith wants to sponsor all my videos, sadly. But, okay, not Daniel Smith. Daniel Smith have been in the, like, they've had some negative publicity. It's like Rembrandt. If Rembrandt wanted to work with me, that would be huge. But no, but I have a small channel, but I still get quite a few offers to test out products and also sponsorships. I've always said no to all the sponsorships till now because, well, first of all, for example, I got approached by Skillshare, which I think is like, you know, a good like website, but I feel like everyone is like sponsored by them, and yeah, I don't know, I was just like, even though I could have used the money and I could have made some money off it, but I was just like, nah, I don't want to do what everyone else is doing. So yeah, and then like other stuff, I got a lot of like offers, you know, about like VPN or like some online games or some applications or something, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not interested in that. I don't want to do the research on that, and I don't want to like risk my credibility just to make, you know, a small sum of money, like advertising something I don't care about, and I don't even know if like you care about it. So, and it's not like I'm only open to like art related stuff. If, I don't know, something I'm like trying to think, let's say if Audible, for example, that's a good example. If Audible wanted to sponsor my videos, I probably would agree to that because I love Audible. And I think, you know, especially if you paint and you can't read at the same time, I think Audible is a fantastic, fantastic solution. So yeah, so that would be actually something I would consider doing. But anyway, when Evolve approached me, I never heard of them. I was very curious, and they teach realistic, are you sitting down? Realistic painting in oils. And I was like, have you seen my videos? Like, do you know what I do? But I think that's actually the point. I mean, there's no point in going in like approaching people that have previous experience with oil or realistic painting, right? You actually want people that don't have the skills to try your program. And I looked at their curriculum and their website, and then I also looked at a couple of other people that made videos, and I really liked their choice of channels that they like approached, and I enjoyed the videos from those other channels. And so I was like, look, I can't seem, not look, I'm like, this is what I said to myself, not to them. Like, I can't seem to be doing much on my own these days. So I was actually really happy to have an opportunity to be a student and not to have to actually create by my, like, you know, create something from nothing. I could just follow, I could learn, and I was excited about it. And it was very time consuming. So yes, I did accept that sponsorship, and I asked what I would consider a very, like I asked to me a low sum for the amount of hours that I knew it would take, because I wanted to do it. And yeah, I was afraid, I was afraid the other channels that they approached were bigger. So I was like afraid they would say no. And I was interested, and I did want to learn. And I've been curious about oils for quite some time. I started more when I got into mixed media through scrapbooking. I guess I worked more with acrylics. I don't know, I kind of like them both. But since then, that was like years ago, and since then I really, really fell out of love with acrylics. And I haven't been like, every time I try to use them again, and I have tried, like every, you know, few weeks I'll grab something that I think like I really like a fluid acrylic or acrylic ink or something like this. And every time I use it, I'm like, no, 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 no. And this is by no means, you know, a lot of people love acrylics and make beautiful artwork with acrylics. It's just my personal vibe. To me, a big part of painting is how I feel about my supplies, how they work for me, how they make me feel, the whole process. And yeah, so yeah, I was just like, no, 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 I don't like that. But oils I was very curious about, and it seems very intimidating and very expensive. Like, I went to the art store and I kind of looked around a bit at the oil section, especially when I was, you know, when I wanted to combine oils with my watercolors. I'm showing you, this is like an oil stick from Sennelier. So I was looking at them and they're like so expensive. Like, oil paint is so expensive. And yeah, so I was just like, I don't know, you know, I don't know if I can deal with like spending now the time searching for good resources, how to work with the medium. There's one artist that I adore that I've spoken about here in the past, Wendy Brightbill. She has the most beautiful color sense. And I have taken several of her courses, and I do think she has some courses using oil paints. So I might try that at some point. And her courses are very, very, very reasonably priced, which I also appreciate. But yeah, she also has kind of this somewhat similar to mine approach and to using art supplies. And I just felt I needed, like, or I wanted to try something a bit more structured. Anyway, so I did like what they asked me to do from Evolve, and I really enjoyed it. But yeah, that was time consuming, and I didn't really have time to make more videos. And then another thing that I was working on, a collaboration, is kind of like a mini class that will be available for free for a short period of time as part of like something else. So I don't want to give too much details because the marketing, we start like marketing mid-July. So you'll see all the details. And yeah, so also I was like happy to do that. And honestly, it was also like hard to keep all those deadlines. But because it wasn't just for like myself, and you know, because I can make like all the lists and plan everything and do like time blocks and blah, blah, blah. I never follow through. I'm really, really bad with these things. So because here I was basically working for other people, that kind of really forced me to keep those deadlines and do what I'm supposed to do. So yeah, and other than that, I filmed a few videos for like my crochet channel, but that's like just kind of therapeutic to me right now. And yeah, I haven't really taken a break from YouTube without actually, you know, like going away on vacation or something like that. I actually haven't taken a break from YouTube since I gave birth to Lily, which was almost like 5.5 years ago, basically. So yeah, I do apologize, and I'm sorry. And I wish I could make, honestly, I wish I could just, you know, work for YouTube, or I wish that I made enough money on YouTube to not have to do like other stuff, because I love being able to share basically, you know, everything I know and everything that I do for free. I love that. But yeah, sadly, my channel is just not big enough to support that, which is a shameless plug. So like this video, leave me a comment, and yeah, you know, just like share my videos with anyone you think might enjoy it, because that really helps. And yeah, that kind of lets YouTube recommend these videos to other people. And yeah, what else? Okay, so life stuff is just, summer finally came, so that's nice. We've been spending finally like basically all afternoon and weekends in the pool. We have like a small kind of cheapy, you know, like rubber walls pool, but it's more than enough. I'm not complaining. It's fantastic. And yeah, we take advantage of it because it's super hot, and you know, we don't have like air condition at home or anything like that. So if it's hot, we have to go out and get refreshed in other ways. So yeah, and then also what happened a couple of days ago is that my eldest broke her like finger. So she has like a huge cast till here, and it's not even on the left hand, it's on the right hand, and she is like right-handed. So that was fun. We did book a vacation for some point this summer, but you know, it's like so much stuff keeps happening. I like, until I'm on that plane, on that beach, I'm not like, I won't believe it's happening because I've canceled like so many things in the last. So poor kid broke her arm or finger, but yeah, so now she can't really go in the water, like in the pool. Finally we get summer, and yeah, she can't go in. It's a bit too, take this one. This is a size that I like. It's the 2/0. If you can't find like these kind of fancy Tintoretto brushes, my go-to, which I can't find right now, is the Pro Art dagger brush kind of thing. Where did I put mine? Who knows? But I've used it like a gazillion million times here. It's hiding in the mess. That's another thing I need to do. I need to like fix the mess here. Yeah, so just, I don't know, just like all the time something. And even now, like traveling, there's so much to do, and you know, like fill all these forms and get tested. Actually, if I'm correct, if nothing changes, because like also the regulations you know, change all the time. So because my husband and I are fully vaccinated, and our youngest is kind of like, she doesn't need testing to where we're going, because I think they only required it from the age of 6, so she's not 6 yet. So only my 11-year-old actually needs testing, like a PCR test. So we have to schedule that and do that, and then hope, you know, that it's negative, because if it's positive, we can't go. They do actually at her school, they test all the kids 3 times a week, but it's the like fast antigen test, not the PCR. And, you know, honestly, I don't know how, like what the quality is of these kids testing themselves. So I don't know. So we have to do that, and then I also need to renew their Israeli passports, because I haven't done that, and I thought it might make things a bit simpler. They have like dual citizenships because their husband, jeez, my husband is Austrian and I'm Israeli. So Ella was actually born in Israel, and then Lily was born in Austria. So, yeah. What am I doing? I'm not sure. So I have to deal with that. I thought maybe now, if we want to visit Israel at some point, you know, we want to, but it's like so complicated. With Europe, actually, it's getting a bit more simple, or a bit simpler, because you know, because of the European Union. It is kind of a block, and they don't really close they don't want to close the borders, and they also want to encourage, you know, like revive a bit the economy, get the tourism industry a bit more up and running. So we're actually freer to move around here in Europe with, of course, a lot of like tests and limitations and blah blah. But actually in Israel, which, you know, doesn't really have, you know, you fly in, like you mostly fly in, they are quite strict with visitors and tourists and quarantine. Like kids have to be quarantined for like a full 2 weeks or 10 days if you get a test. So I don't even know if we'll be able to go. I mean, I don't want to have to keep my kids closed in an apartment during their summer vacation for, you know, 10 days. So yeah, I don't know what else to say. Oh, the stamps. I wanted to say something about that. So thank you everyone for your feedback, suggestions, and support. I had to redo a few of these. So basically, this is why this is also one of the reasons that everything takes so much time. I always order a sample before I make these for you guys, or you ladies, or you people, and test it. I'm not like a super stamper, and this set is not intended for, you know, high level skilled stampers. This is intended, I mean, of course everyone can use it, and if you know, if like you have good stamping skills, then that's fantastic. But this is mostly aimed at, you know, watercolor artists, mixed media artists, or enthusiasts, or whatever, and like art journalists. That my concept with this is just like to keep a cool, a cute reference of your colors, your watercolors, and yeah, this is more of like a sketchbook, travel journal set, so you can kind of show the products that you have and create little color stories, or swatch your palette, or whatever you want to do with it. Like label your brushes, your tubes, write yourself a reminder if you're running out of paint, like which paints you're running out of, or make a swatch of each one and see which ones you want to buy. So that was kind of the aim of this. And when I got it, everything was fantastic, except these two stamps. I think the problem is here that there's a big part that is, you know, like solid, and that those kind of stamps, always you have to be more careful when you're stamping them and make sure everything is like properly inked and then properly stamped. And honestly, like I can't be bothered, and so I redesigned this one to just be white here, which also someone wrote to me, thank you for that. That is actually a good point, that if you do that, then we will be able to write whichever brush we have or we're using inside the barrel. Of course, you can also write next to it, but this way you can write in it, and you can also color it the same color of your actual brush, or whatever color you want. So that's one change I did. Then this one also didn't stamp so well. I think again, because they're like these long lines, so you need to apply even pressure. And since these are meant for sketchbooks, you know, it's not like you have a nice page that you can put on like a stamping, you know, surface or something like that. It's like extreme stamping, or, you know, just like harder conditions. So it didn't, I had to kind of work at it to make it stamp nicely, and I don't want to do that. And also the other stamp that I changed, not because I didn't like it or because it didn't stamp properly, was this eraser, just because I thought it's the kind of a big part of the enjoyment, in my opinion, with these stamps is to color them. So I just switched it for a different eraser design that just gives you more place to color it in. If you like this one, I do apologize, but I made an executive decision. And then I also switched out this pencil for a very similar in style pencil, but again, that has more space to color it in. And then all of these stayed this one stayed, these three stayed, and then I added another brush instead of this one. I'll show you once I get the samples, I'll show you what I did. And I also added the word date. Again, thank you for that suggestion. I was considering it, but it was great to see someone else think that it could be useful. So I'm waiting on that, and then once I approve the new set, I will restock both sets. This is the original one. So I will be restocking both of them with limited quantities, and this time it's going to be a much like smoother process with, of course, there's like advantages and disadvantages to everything. I'm going to restock both of them in the warehouse in the US where my stamps get shipped out from, like they did last time. However, this time it's just going to go directly there. There's not going to be a pre-order. That means that once they are available, you can order them and they will be shipped within like a day or two and arrive to you if you're in the US within a few days, and if you're in Europe or the rest of the world, usually it took about 10 to 3 weeks, 10 days to 3 weeks. That's kind of the range. I shipped almost 300 stamps, and I think one didn't arrive. And yeah, so of course, that seems like, I mean, I'm really, really sorry that that one person didn't get it. Of course, they were fully refunded, no questions asked. But yeah, it seems to be working great. They did have also an issue with a few Canadian addresses. Someone has a theory that I'm tending to agree with it, that somehow there was a confusion and, you know, CA, Canada, was mistaken for California, because there was just like a few Canadian packages that went out and then came back with like wrong address. And then when I sent them out again, after checking with the customers to make sure that the address was correct, which it was, I sent them out again without any changes to the address, and it did get to this place. So I do think it was like something with a, I don't know, FedEx or UPS or something. Someone messed up there with the Canadian addresses. But yeah, other than that, it went really smoothly. And this time it also means that you will get directly the tracking info and you can track your packages. Last time, because I did the pre-order process, you actually didn't automatically get the tracking info. Only people that wanted to know, you know, they contacted me and then I gave them the link. But it was just like so much work to send 300 emails with the tracking info that, yeah, I didn't know actually if people wanted to know or not, and a few did, and that's of course totally okay, and I totally get it. I also like tracking my packages, so this time it'll all be done much more seamlessly and much faster without the pre-order. The disadvantage is that I can only guesstimate the amounts, and I can't guarantee that, you know, that everyone will get a stamp set. So this is not some sort of like marketing, you know, like pushing this. But if you're interested in the stamp sets, like one of them or both of them, I highly suggest signing up to my newsletter and making sure you subscribe to this channel and ring the bell. The immediate places that I update is here on YouTube and on my newsletter, and you will be notified the moment they're available. And if you want them, just order, because I don't know how long they will be in stock, and I don't know when I will do the next restock. Probably, you know, fall, winter. I don't think I'll get to it this summer. So just know that. I do apologize, but I think it'll just work much more smoothly, and, you know, you can just order, have it shipped almost immediately, and be able to track it. So that's the update on the stamps. I'm really liking these colors. I do think I need like a few more, like just some more intensity, because I feel like all I have are like areas of like color, almost like solid color, and then these small lines. And I want something like a bit more. What else? What else? I think that's kind of it. I'm kind of tempted to just like take a break also from YouTube for the summer. But last summer I did a daily video for the month of July and part of August. If you missed that series, you know, go ahead and watch it. It's like mostly florals in my sketchbook, and it was a lot of fun, but I don't see myself doing something like that this summer. Let's talk a bit about fantasy arting. Like, my fantasy would be to kind of go to the art store and buy large canvases or like a roll of canvas and paint big with, I don't know, kind of like acrylics. I'm tempted because they're so easy to use, and I have still some. I don't have a ton, but I have some that I guess I wouldn't mind like using them. And I kind of want to, I mean, I like painting on canvases, but I kind of want to just like put a piece of canvas that is unstretched, put it on the floor and paint on it. Kind of feel like that. And also the other thing that I kind of want to do is try painting kind of my style, these abstract colorful florals with spray paint. So that's like, I don't know if that's gonna happen, but ideally I would do that, like buy all the stuff that I want. I would hire like someone to film it and then make like, you know, really visually appealing fun videos for the tubes. That's what I would want to do. I don't have the budget for it, but that would be kind of my wish. The thing is also that why I don't know if it'll be like such a great idea is because it's not like I have painted with spray paint or acrylics in kind of my style in the recent couple of years. So yeah, you know, I mean, there's a big chance that it's just going to be a huge disaster. And so, yeah, it's not like, sure, if I just go for it and like do all the things I want to do, it's going to be amazing. And, you know, I can make these amazing videos. I don't know. There's no guarantee. I just feel like I want to go bigger, and with watercolors it's kind of challenging. I mean, I can buy a roll of watercolor paper, but yeah, it's just, I don't know, the medium, like I would need a lot of paint to really make it work. And I don't know, like I just want, I wish I could work larger, but I don't really have the space, and I don't really have the materials, and I don't really have the budget. So yeah, so that's kind of what I wish. And I kind of wish I could go to art school, but only do what I like to do. So with Evolve, for example, I'm super interested about their approach to the use of color, but I'm much less enthusiastic about putting in like so much time, energy, and money into learning the whole like realistic painting aspect of their program. So yeah, can we just like enjoy the battery running out? Of course. But I wanted to show you is the granulation. This is Canson Montval, and it's not like my favorite paper. I probably should have gone with something maybe a bit nicer, but look at that granulation. That is Cobalt Violet with quinacridone gold. This is Moonglow with quinacridone gold. How gorgeous is this? Why, this makes me so happy. Okay, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope, oh, also let's take a look at Cobalt Teal. So pretty. I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, this is what's going on. So I will do my best to have some videos. I really want to make kind of, you know, relaxing, inspiring videos, but I need my cup to be full. And I'm not sure. I think I may need to kind of, I don't know, learn a bit more myself before I feel like I have something to give. I know that sounds a bit like bombastic and dramatic, but yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling these days. So, although looking at this, it makes me so happy. This texture is just gorgeous. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here, and thank you for caring and, you know, commenting and asking how I'm doing. So I hope this answered a few of your questions. It's just, I don't want to say I need a break. I don't want to take a break, really. I just wish everything came more naturally and easily as it does most of the time. That's what I wish. I wish to get back into that kind of more creative mode. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna stop now. So have a wonderful, I do want, if you watched all the way till here, well, you'll probably see it on my channel. I did order something very exciting that was completely a splurge, and only I was just telling myself, oh, I can make a beautiful video with it. So I have something very, very pretty coming to me. If you want to hazard a guess, it is watercolor related. You can leave a comment below and I'll let you know if you are correct. But that'll be coming soon. I don't know if I can do this before we go on our vacation. We're going for a week-long vacation, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. So everything is so unsure. It's like, it used to be so easy to travel, right? Yeah, anyway. I'll see you soon, hopefully, in another video. Take care, bye-bye.